So in this lecture, we're going to do an assignment that's sort of a little bit of a game, and here's what it is. We've learned a lot about layers and layer modes, but they can still be a bit tricky, and I wanted to give you something that could help you guys sort of understand and grasp the concept a little bit better. So we have some artwork I did here of this little dinosaur creature with all this, saddle and armor stuff on him, and this is the final image. This is what it's supposed to look like, and this is what you're going to get, okay? So up here, you see these letters N, N, S, O, M, M. What those stand for are the layer modes that should be present in this piece of art so that you know how many of what you need to have. And your objective is going to be to take these different layers and move them around so that they're in the right order, in the right area, on top of each other, below each other, wherever they need to be, so that you can get them in the right spot. And then you'll also need to change each one to the correct layer mode to get the finished image to look correct like this. Okay? So, go ahead and pause the video. Take a moment to do this. Download the resource if you haven't yet. And then once you get back, I'm going to do it so you can see the correct answer. But, really make sure you actually do it. Otherwise, they'll just run it for you and you won't be able to do the assignment. So, like I said, pause it and then come back. All right, so let's do this. First, this light gradient, this needs to be at the very top, and it needs to be set to overlay. So this is our one overlay layer that we should have. Next, we want our dino layer to be on the very bottom, and this layer needs to be set to normal. Then we have our dino shadows layer, which is going to be on top of the dino, and that needs to be set to multiply because that's our shadow layer. Okay, then we have our saddle layer. This is currently set to multiply. We need to set this to normal, and it can be left where it is. Then saddle shadows needs to be set to multiply because it's another shadow layer. You can see we're already starting to get there. And then lighting layer is currently set to multiply. We actually want this one set to screen. And there you go. That's it. It's as simple as that. So just to recap, we have the background layer, which you're not going to have to do anything with. The background layer, then we have the dino layer, which is set to normal, the dino shadows, which is set to multiply, the saddle layer, which is set to normal, the saddle shadows, which is set to multiply, the lighting layer, which is set to screen, and the light gradient, which is set to overlay. And that should give you this image right here. You can see if we turn on that top example layer, you can't even tell a difference because it's matched up perfectly. So hopefully you got that right. It might take some practice, but eventually you'll get the hang of it. And if you're working on a project or you're painting something and you don't quite remember what the layers do, just go back to that layer modes lecture and watch it again. Skip to the part where you need to for the specific layer you're working with, and you can recap on that. So that's it for this lecture. I will see you guys in the next one.